Hello and welcome to the Morning Brick, the best place for your news, rumors, opinions, and discussions at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm your host, Mark. We've got Daniel and Joe.
Between episodes, we actually cease to be alive. We cease to exist.
We
only
just got
exist
revived.
within the realm of the Morning Brick.
We spawn in.
That's right.
Yeah, like a Minecraft creeper. Exactly.
Oh, who just shared
This
that?
just dropped.
Oh, we got another picture?
What's account set on?
Brick Reporter.
Brick Reporter? We'll go get it.
Is that in his?
It's in his thing.
I forgot an image, so I'll be
Send it to Mark.
pausing to do that while we do some stuff. But before we do that,
We've got some breaking news. But
Yeah,
start
yeah.
with the intro.
let's start with our Lego Lives this week, and then we'll read some comments, and then we'll talk about one news item while I go find those pictures. But I'll start. Had a lot of stuff happen last week. Most notably, I think, was tank battles, right?
Yeah, that was.
We all played,
Mm-hmm.
and
First
like I
game,
predicted.
First loss.
Yeah, like I predicted,
Yeah.
it was a wipeout. For you, you guys did a great job.
I don't think it was a
It was
wipeout.
very much not. Your prediction was completely wrong. It
What
was
do
a
you think?
very close game the whole time.
The fact that it was close is a miracle, thanks to power-ups from
Yeah.
both
I
sides.
wouldn't say it was close the whole time. It was close in the end.
Yeah.
You're right. So
It,
we pulled
there were
ahead.
some times where it was very much
I'd say-
unbalanced, but by the end, it was neck
At the
and neck.
beginning, we pulled ahead quickly. I was like, all right, I'm feeling good. But then y'all got a string of power-ups that pushed y'all completely back in front. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, crap, we're dead.
We
It was-
almost got you.
And then right at the end, it was just down to the last few figures in one tank.
Yeah,
and
it was only a handful of figures on each side.
It was a good game. It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And
So
the
this-
power-ups made it very entertaining.
Exactly. Malcorp went crazy, as
Yeah.
did Grumpy
Yeah.
J and Morgan and
Yeah.
others. So thank you all so much for your support. But that was awesome. You can go watch the replay. It's
Right.
totally worth watching.
Yeah.
Garrett did a great job commentating. It's a lot of
Yeah,
fun,
him and
even
Ian
though
rocked it.
the Gungans suffered a pretty, disastrous defeat. I
the great Gungan suffering.
the Gungan suffering has begun. We'll see if we can turn the ship around.
You
Anyway,
do play.
We watered the fields of Naboo with the blood of our enemy.
it's nothing new. The Gungans are used to this. They'll bounce right back.
You're playing the other team that lost, which is
Yes.
Joy of Destruction.
That's right.
That's going to be fun. Not this week, Thursday,
week.
but next week. So look forward to that. It will be. Hopefully, the Joy of Destruction just goes, 0 for 2, because that'd be hilarious. to see Chris and Garrett.
Unintentionally, it's basically turning out to be a loser's bracket. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to be 0 and 2, and then after the game after that, where we play, who is it? Steven and Alex.
Yeah,
That's
which
right.
is the two winners. so
Somebody
far.
will be 2 and 0.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Fascinating.
interesting.
Fascinating stuff. But besides that, for me, Lego Life, been doing Lego D&D, having a lot of fun with that. Uploaded another episode for members on my channel, and we'll be filming another session this weekend. So D&D is going full steam ahead on my personal Lego Life. But Daniel, what's your Lego Life look like last week?
Lego Life last week. So I finished up my one of my secret projects that I've been talking about for a while, which I can now share, was that somebody had commissioned me to build them a Citron monorail, and that was at Atlanta BrickCon
Right.
back in February. So
took a
I
minute.
finished. Yeah, that kind of stuff takes a long
Yeah.
time. You're basically inventorying a set from scratch, and it's a set that didn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
So the parts are very hard to find. But finally finished that up. He came to pick it up, and I thought that was great. So I'm glad to have that project off my back, since I've been working
Right.
on it for 6-7 months now at this
yeah,
point.
definitely
So
a minute, huh?
yeah.
All right, I'm trying to crop a photo as we do this, but go ahead,
You're
Joe.
good. No, you're
and,
good. I actually have some Lego stuff. I actually got some
Do
sets
ya?
and built some sets finally. It took a while, but I got the Hogwarts train with the Hogsmeade station.
Yes. Yeah.
We had one as is, and I was like, I don't really need the figs; they're all pretty basic anyway. So I got that, and it was nice, and I like that station a lot better than just
I was
the.
gonna say, honestly, I think the station's the
That's
best
mainly
part. You
what
could
I
just throw
wanted.
the train out. I feel like it's
I
the
don't
same
have
as the
a
last
train, so it's like that if I'm gonna get one, might as well
Yeah.
get that one because that's got the better station.
Yeah.
And then I also got the $100
couple. I
Coles
can't wear
mech.
these.
I told you, they make your vision
They're-
so screwed
They're
up.
brutal.
The $100 Coles mech with the ornithopter blade.
Yes.
I got that and built it, and it is sweet. It is.
Are you gonna
very
trade?
Cool.
Are you gonna trade the ornithopter blade with
No,
Ian?
no, Ian wants it, but I want the sword.
Just trade him for a silver one. You're not gonna have a silver sword.
It looks better with gold.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a really good set. I enjoyed building that.
Yeah.
Okay. I've just about got this photo up. Took me a second to crop it.
That's fine. Mark forgot how
Did
to
you
crop.
get the Christmas wreath as well?
I don't have the Christmas wreath. We'll get
Okay.
there in a second. But so let's start with some of the Lego news. It was looking pretty limited at first, but now we've got a couple things.
Pretty
popping
grim.
in. Yeah, pretty grim at
Pretty
first.
bleak. We've had 2 pretty dry weeks in a row, but
Yeah, we actually managed to stretch it out quite a bit. Before we do that, let's say hi to a couple of our regulars in the chat.
Hi.
We got Ben Cussy. Gotta love some sick castle art. Yeah, that's here on show and tell later. We got Brick Mom VA is here. Good to see Brick Mom VA. Morning Brick fans, yes. Morgan's here. Dan Smith's here. And T Valkyrie's here. Mentioning the Pharrell Williams spaceship. We'll talk about that first, I guess. Yeah, lots of thoughts there.
what is it about our viewers that love to say, "Hey, what do you think about this thing that you're probably going to talk about?"
That's
just
that's
how
what
it
we're
goes.
here, you know. It's
That's
good.
what they
I
do.
Geology Joe is here. We'll talk about Geology Joe later when we get to what's happening tomorrow. Lots of good stuff there. BJ is here.
Liechtenstein today.
Exactly. That's a very
We
specific
need to have a
place.
second world map
I
in
know,
our store.
just BJ.
Yeah, one's just BJ's map, one's everyone else's map.
That's so
Exactly.
funny.
All right.
Liechtenstein. I bet
Let's
that's
see.
pretty this time of year.
Yeah, they're already talking about the
76
Pharrell
degrees.
Williams set, but Teaver is here. Good to see it. Teaver has those great hats. If you haven't seen Teaver's hat,
Stever, yes, yeah. I think he finally set up a store for him.
nice. Maybe Etsy or something would be good for that. But yeah,
It's actually really nice here this morning, 70 degrees. I walked outside and I was like, ooh, it's a little chill in the air.
Travertine is here. Good to see you, Travertine. Grumpy J, one of Gungraf's biggest supporters.
That's right.
Unfortunate.
Travertine says, who's thirsty, Daniel or Joe? So many cups on the table.
Hey,
That's right.
I got my Gatorade over here. It's just out of frame, but
You gotta yeah, we'll talk about that later as well.
Not a
Exactly.
sponsor.
Daniel's saying throw the train out.
Yeah.
What's that from?
Yeah, it's because I was talking about the
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts Express. I was saying just keep the station and
Throw
throw
out
the
the
train.
train.
Exactly.
That's
Citron.
my-
Throw Mama from the train.
That's my first train set, Corey.
Is it really?
Yeah, I
That's-
think it is.
That's terrible.
Okay.
terrible.
Phoenix says, did you see the Disney 100? We'll get to that in
Getting
just a
there,
second,
getting
Phoenix.
there.
Thank you for the notification, though. All right, let's get to. Want to talk about Pharrell Williams?
Yeah, sure. Let's start with that.
I don't
This,
care.
this has got to be the 3rd or 4th time we've talked about it, but this is finally the official reveal, so hopefully it's the last time we talk about
That's
it.
what I'd like to say.
So it's up for pre-order now. This is the Pharrell Williams jet plane thing.
There's a
over the
name for
moon.
it.
Over
There
the
it
moon.
is. Yep, you got it.
And it's $110.
Yep.
And I don't know, this wasn't made for me. But
September 20th.
what do you guys think?
I like the ship. It's cool colors, cool windscreen. I like the way it can be displayed, shooting up, but I don't know what it is for.
Well, that's just it. I don't have any attachment to the
Yeah.
source material, I don't think, but I still
Right.
feel like this is a good set, objectively. I like the box art. I think the
Yeah.
box art is very cool. The way that they have on the front of it, it was like just a kind of a straight-on view of it. I think there's one with like half of Pharrell's face. So
Well, you got on the one side it's the Lego Pharrell, and on the other side it's just
no, normal Pharrell. Yeah,
normal
that's
Pharrell.
cool. Yeah, I think the spaceship looked good. I like that cockpit piece
So
in
nice,
the metallic gold, which I remember that original rumor said chrome gold, and we're like, yeah, that's
No
not
way,
true
yeah.
at all. But that's a nice big cockpit piece
And then
in the metallic
It comes
gold.
with an abacus as well, so
That's right.
Yeah.
For counting heads.
My friends.
Slain, counting the heads of your slain enemies. That's right. It's a head abacus.
Oh no.
That's
yeah.
gotta be a thing in something, right? Is it like the
I don't
devil's got
know.
like an abacus made out of human skulls.
That
or
sounds like
something?
something Genghis Khan would make, you know? Yeah.
Anyway, lots of new facial prints and lots of new skin tones,
Oh,
which is very cool to see.
our Wi-Fi just died on us, so it looks like we're back. Let's say that again one more time for us, Daniel.
Well, anyway, we got lots of new face prints and lots of new skin tones, which is very cool to see.
yeah, you're good.
So, gosh, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So
Anybody? 7 squared?
49.
49? Okay.
Yeah.
Plus the 2 there were. So you get about 50 new heads, which is cool. You get some extra landing gear for the ship.
That's
and
a
then-
lot of heads.
Yeah.
A lot of expressions.
A lot of parts go into the like rainbow blast thing
Yeah,
coming
that
out the
thing
back
is
of the ship.
crazy.
You can see the construction method is actually pretty cool. They're just using some
Oh,
big
yeah.
chunky window frames mixed in with some snot bricks to achieve that with a relatively low parts count. So
It's not
I think it's a
bad.
good set.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
just don't have
care.
any attachment to the subject matter as
Yeah.
of yet.
Yeah, Pharrell Williams fans in the comments, let us know
Yeah.
what you think. Hold on. A head battle pack? Exactly. Is
Yeah.
it a parts pack, though, Ben Coffey? Let's see, where is it? Where's the line? Let's see. Curious how the internal supports
Well, there
will
you
work
go.
for this. There you go. You got a
Be
nice picture.
curious no longer.
We got you.
But also, yeah, that's just showing the like blast coming out of the back of the ship. I think the interesting part is going to be how that interlocks with the
Angles.
like cloud
I
piece at
agree.
the bottom.
Yeah. It almost looks like from this picture I have here, it looks like it would actually fall over pretty easily. So we'll see.
It
Yeah,
does,
I don't know.
but,
I would
I
have to
mean-
imagine it'll be pretty sturdy if they're
Marketing
advertising
it
it
like
to be
that.
displayed that
They
way.
have pretty strict, quality standards for
Mhm.
all sets. So it's like this has to stand up decently. So we'll
Yeah.
see. So, anyway, that is an interesting set. Anything else you want to move on to specifically?
Take your pick.
I'll take a pick. All right. This is a smaller news item, but it's interesting. Well, actually,
This is pretty,
No, I don't
This
know. I
is-
think it's a big news.
I agree.
I
with
say
this.
smaller because there's only one picture, but this could be revolutionary.
Yeah.
Joe, what do we got here?
This is. I found this and immediately knew Daniel would like it
Like
because
it.
we had the rumor of a Formula One CMF, which sounded like we would just be getting a bunch of probably named people who drive F1 cars.
Mhm.
I don't know much
Mhm.
about Formula One,
This is more Morgan's
but
line of
this is
knowledge here.
F1 cars with a head and helmets, which is very similar to
Classic racers.
now what's the
And
You're
Zalax.
thinking of Zalax,
Yes,
but that's
yeah,
not. No,
that's-
Zalax
That's
were
even
the,
more reduced.
were the one-piece guys.
Right.
The racers were at least the head and the helmet on
Right,
a
so
little
it's-
fake torso.
it's just there's probably gonna be just a car with a head on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Yeah.
going to be really
This
fun.
this is not CMFs. I'm sorry. If they're not minifigures, they're not
I
CMFs.
do agree with that. I think this will be something that kids will love,
Oh yeah,
but this won't be as much of a collector's item.
Yeah.
adults are not going to enjoy a single piece minifigure with a head on top. It's like that's just not going to fly.
Well, and that's the thing. CMF is the fan-based colloquial term for them. The Lego branding
Yeah.
for it is minifigures,
mhm.
and this is not minifigures.
Yeah.
This is something else. So
it's outside of the minifigure.
if they
system.
brand it this way, that's going to be a huge flop.
Correct.
Well, I think this will still sell, but not nearly to the level of other
No.
popular CMF lines like the Space or
Just,
the
or just the
Dungeons and
basic
Dragons.
ones
Yeah.
that just have cool stuff in them.
Yeah. So there are 20 F1 racers at any given time. So yeah, they definitely have enough
They do.
people, even active racers, not
Right.
past ones.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Interesting. So
I'm sure Carlos is going to be in there.
we'll have to see. So, but that's we just got probably one of the best CMF lines ever with the D&D figures, and then
Really
now we're
good
getting
stuff.
what could be one of the craziest or possibly worst CMF
Maybe
lines
it's
ever with
possible.
F1.
Yeah.
So we'll find out. Moving on, we had this is probably everyone's probably seen this. This is the wreath, right? You wanna
Yeah,
talk about that?
this is cool.
Yeah.
This is way better than any wreath we've gotten before, which we have gotten at least one that was last year, I think, with the candles.
Slightly
on it.
small.
There we go.
All right, making sure everything's
At least
good.
you guys can still
but
see
yeah,
the
this
picture.
is a really nice wreath. This like I feel like Lego Botanicals are starting to approach like almost photorealism
yeah.
at this point,
yeah.
which is very cool. I love the way they've done the orange slices with these
That's
printed
so cool.
transparent dishes.
And the cinnamon
The
sticks.
cinnamon sticks are great. The little berry clumps.
Yeah, and you got
so-
different colors so you can switch it out.
Yep,
make
other
it
little
more,
berries.
more Christmassy or not. So this was one that I showed my wife, and she said, "Oh, that's really cool."
The pine cones are not quite as great. They're not quite working for me. They're very close.
It is close. I mean, it is Lego still.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something that looks better in person, but we'll find out.
Looks a
I
little
I think I'm gonna
turd-like.
end up
Yeah.
actually. I think I'm gonna end up getting this because my wife is gonna want it.
Oh yeah.
But it does look good, and it's good parts. I mean, there's no way Ben can say this is not a good parts.
I
pack.
I hope it's very robust. Like I feel like
Yes.
if you put this on your door and every time you close your door,
It
some
falls
things
apart, yeah.
fall off, there's gonna be a problem.
I see a lot of those little brown grass stems pinning stuff in, but maybe not enough. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah, I just mean the whole construction of like
Yeah,
all the
the back of
leaves
it and
going
everything,
around.
yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this is constructed because it looks very
I
haphazard.
bet you Corey will be excited to know that this is probably train track on the inside.
That's funny.
That-
yeah.
it very
Quite-
well could
quite
be.
possible.
Well, no, it could be. I see some transparent
Yeah.
areas through it, so it might
Morgan,
not be.
Yeah, I
Morgan
don't
said
know what
people
they
put
would do.
orange slices in a wreath. I
Mhm.
guess they do. I feel like I've
like
seen
dried,
it, but it's
completely
like,
dried out orange slices. Yeah.
I've never done it, but
So,
it's cool.
Morgan, I think this is leaning very much into very traditional aspects of Christmas, and one of those things was giving somebody an orange because that was like the most expensive, desirable food item you could get back before there was refrigeration.
Well,
so.
that's because during Christmas, yeah, they were out of season.
Yeah.
But you needed them to prevent yourself from getting, was it scurvy?
Yeah, yeah. It's
So
like
yes,
an old timey thing.
Getting exotic fruits in the middle of winter was very hard.
Yeah. Such a good parts pack, absolutely. I
Yes.
agree.
Yeah.
He said it's the best parts pack of the year.
Well,
Mhm.
that's a
That's
bold claim.
bold.
Oh, he also said I will buy like 10 of these.
Yeah,
So,
he's.
yeah.
I'm
Hopefully
telling
these
you,
will just turn up at Costco. This would be a great
this
Costco
would be
purchase.
so nice at Costco.
The wreath is decent. It's crossover cousins.
Yeah.
Even a Star Wars fan.
Well, so the retail price for this is $100.
Which
So
it is
yeah,
a lot
I
of
would
parts.
hope it is a lot of parts, but $100 for a Christmas
Yeah,
wreath
no,
is.
I'm with you.
Mhm.
I mean,
So
you-
if it turns up for
You
80
could buy
bucks
a
at
real
Costco,
wreath for like $30, I think.
right? But those
Absolutely.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be tempted by this if I see it at Costco for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. We got one other like breaking news. You guys want to talk about that first?
Let me do a minor one first.
Sure.
This is actually pretty
yes.
good
So
news.
the Lego Harry Potter video games, years 1 through 4 and 5 through 7, 5 through 8.
Yeah,
What do they call it on the? Does it say 5 through 8 on the thing?
I think so.
Even though it's okay, whatever. Anyway, the two Harry Potter video games that they've put out are being currently remastered, so they're going to be updating the graphics and the textures for them, and they'll be re-releasing on October 8th,
Which is
on
super
the
cool.
Steam store, I believe.
Even the Lego Harry Potter creator game.
No,
No, just like the
no,
other
no.
one.
The two
I know.
Traveler's Tales
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
that probably came out in I don't know what 2008.
Probably. 8's when they did a lot of those. Like
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
I remember those games very fondly, and it's one of those
Yeah.
things that whenever you go back and you look at it, you're like, oh, these did not actually look that good visually. So
They were a little rough.
I think
have
this,
them all on the Wii still.
yeah, but the gameplay and the story still holds
Yeah.
up great. So I
Mhm.
think remastering these is going to be
This is a
very
good
cool.
idea. I hope they do it with other ones.
If you've never played a lot of the licensed Traveler's Tales games, I really highly recommend it. I mean, you can play through them as quickly
Yeah.
as you want to. Like if you're a real achievement hunter, you can spend a long time playing it. But if you just want to play the story, you can get through it. pretty
Now I
quick.
will say, this is not just my Lord of the Rings fandom. The Lord of the Rings one is the best one because it's open world,
Yeah, it is open world.
and that's really cool for
That
that.
wasn't the only open world one though.
It was the first one. I don't know what other ones were.
I'm trying to think.
It's more open world concept than a lot of the games.
Right, so
are.
you literally
Yeah,
can just.
for sure.
I mean, you can run around the whole map basically.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Karen heard us talking about Harry Potter
Oh, it
and
is-
showed up.
It is 5 through 7.
Exactly.
Okay, so it does say 5 through 7. Okay, that's interesting.
So Karen's our
Right.
biggest Harry Potter
Well, because they
fan.
phrased it as years
Oh,
1 through 4.
Karen's
so if they
one
have-
of our
Oh,
biggest
I see.
Harry Potter fans. Diana's also a huge Harry Potter fan. But she showed up now that we mentioned Harry Potter.
There
so
you go.
Nice.
We
Yeah.
spoke it into existence.
We summoned her.
Oh, Jojo has an interesting question. When will Lego make a life-size Christmas tree like the Eiffel Tower covered in leaf elements?
For
Oh,
$600.
My goodness, Jolly Joe, that'd be insane.
That-
Even like a small Christmas tree
It would
huge.
be kind of a good seller. I think people would.
What if they made like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree?
That
It's
would
just
be
like a
cool.
little
Yeah.
brown stick
Yeah.
with a. I've seen a
Yeah.
couple of people mock build that. I
could
think
do
there was
it.
one at Brick World Chicago a couple of years ago.
Oh, City Undercover is my son's favorite. Yeah, that's a popular one too. With there's many people who like
Nice.
Lego City. But yeah, so that's interesting. Remastering
Yeah,
of old Lego games.
right?
This
That
is
could
the
be cool.
beginning.
I hope so. I hope it's just not this.
I want to say they've done a couple of these before. I don't know. I
Okay.
just happened across this piece of news for this week.
Hmm.
I don't.
don't
I don't know that it's the first one.
I feel like those old Star Wars games would get a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like
Well, they
even if
just
it's
did Skywalker side.
but
Like,
yeah,
if they were gonna remaster ones, I feel like it should be
Lord of
Indiana
the Rings,
Jones,
Indiana
Lord of the
Jones,
Rings.
Pirates of the
Lord of the
Caribbean.
Rings isn't that. That was one of the last ones they did. Pirates of the
It's nice.
Caribbean was
I
probably a little
I will
older.
say, as far as story play goes, Pirates of the Caribbean is my
Yeah.
favorite.
I mean, they did already make
Indiana
Indiana
Jones
Jones
did too,
twice, so
though.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they would do that one.
It's
but-
just hard to say.
All right, we got two more pictorial news items here. Let's
We'll
talk
do
about
that
the.
last. Do
Let's
that
save
last.
that one for
Yeah.
last. Okay, this is a longer discussion, I think. But so we got Ninjago's set list for 2025. Take this with a grain of salt, of course. But
I have names for a lot of
you have
these.
names for a lot of these.
Yeah.
Pull them up. So. But there's a whole slew of set numbers for January. There's a couple for March, and there's another big chunk for June.
All right, so 71827.
Mm-hmm.
You have that on there.
827. That's going to be in January. Yeah.
Yeah, Zane's Battle Suit Mech, $20 set.
Mm.
Zane's Battle Suit. Man?
Yeah, it's gonna
Okay.
be probably like the one we got of Jay this year. That's just a couple fit. Basically, it's a battle pack.
Mm-hmm.
It says it comes with Zane, Wildfire, and one of the Forbidden Five, which is apparently the new bad guys. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, who's Wildfire? Have I
I
seen a
think we've
figure
seen
of
her
that?
in one set
Okay. Yeah.
from Dragon Rising. 71836, no price point, but it is potentially the Arc Dragon of Focus? Question mark.
Interesting.
Two-headed dragon that clashes with the Storm Dragon from 71832, which is the next one, which is Storm Dragon 718132, which is a big villain Storm Dragon covered in purple and dark red, or dark
Nice.
purple and red colors. Which
Yes.
that sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd's Forest Dragon 71829.
Forest Dragon.
Only $20 though.
Force or
Oh,
wait, Force or Forest?
Forest.
Okay, that sounds cool.
But it's only $20, so
It's small.
not
That's
gonna be
a
that
4 and up set.
That sounds like it'd be a 6 set.
Yeah,
but with
the
20
title's
bucks.
awesome.
Now here's one that I think is actually a cool one for kids. 71828 is Lloyd's pullback race car.
Oh no.
The pullbacks are good. Kids love them. Like the Technic pullbacks are good, but this isn't Technic, so it probably will break a lot easier.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's $30. Another January 1st. Yeah. Just another thing that says the villains will be Dragonians in 25.
Yep.
And the Forbidden Five,
Mm-hmm.
which whoever they are, I
So
don't
like
know.
5 main bad characters plus Dragon
Just
Warriors.
Dragonian
Yeah.
warriors.
So that
blue,
sounds sick.
Blue and red colors with blue wings on their back.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool to me.
Well, even the Wolf Warriors from the last wave were
Right.
pretty cool looking.
They were.
So,
Those were really cool.
Yeah.
Ninjago villains are always so cool.
So no qualms about the figures, but the low price point suggests a lot of 4 and up sets.
Yeah, not a lot of
So,
great sets.
Not excited about that, but so much potential wasted on children's toys. They're not kids' toys, guys.
Yeah.
No. That's interesting. So you didn't have as much information for June, or was that some of June as well?
June. No.
Yeah, because this
June
one
is just a list. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The January is the ones that we're actually getting like names for.
Before I heard you talk about the names, Joe, I would have assumed they would lean more towards the villains because the last wave seemed to lean more towards
Yeah.
good characters
It's
and
hard
good
to say.
locations. So, that's interesting. I'm excited to see more Ninjago villains, given that Dreams has done a good job with villains the past few waves. So, what do you think, Daniel? I see you yawning there.
Great. Honestly, one of the best things I think to come out of Ninjago is cool minifig parts.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool. It'll be interesting to see. I think like Dragons Rising and the whole crystal thing led to some really interesting like armor and weapons and things.
So cool.
So hopefully we'll get some more things in that direction with some unique new molds.
Mm-hmm.
Lego loves to shower their own IP themes with new molds and new interesting parts. So
Yep.
hopefully we'll get a lot of that.
Liam Burke's dropping some wildfire lore in the comments for us. Thank you. That's good.
Okay.
So the wildness Chima. So Chima related character. Interesting. I'm actually very intrigued by whenever they
Oh, I bet you
mention or
are.
reference Chima in Ninjago because they're like same universe obviously. So yeah, very interesting. But looking forward to more. We'll hear more soon. I'm guessing if we've already got set numbers out.
Correct.
So yeah. There's one other picture news item. Anything else you want to talk about as far as Lego news, or is that it?
I don't think so.
No,
Well,
I
let's
think the
dive
last
in.
one.
This is just leaked like
It's just
Hot off
dropped.
the press.
a few minutes ago, honestly. This is the ideas Disney Magic of
Yeah,
Disney.
100.
It was a contest.
Was it
Yeah.
100 years of
Yeah,
Disney thing?
something like
Yeah.
that. Looking at this, I actually am so excited for this now because the minifigs are is it Giuseppe? What's the dad of
Yeah, he's
Pinocchio?
there. Yeah,
Is it
it's Giuseppe, right?
He looks great. We've gotten 2 Stitches, but now we have Lilo to go with him.
Yes.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Belle.
Mm-hmm. And the rose. Yeah.
That's I'm just
This was the original.
I'm a little bit sad that there's just no Beast because we've never gotten a Beast or Belle, but now we at least have Belle. And then the other minifig is Bruno.
Yeah, as a minifig, not a mini
we
doll.
we haven't got him as a mini doll.
Yeah.
We
at
haven't.
all.
Yeah.
So they finally made him, but he's a minifig, which I think is cool because I like that character. But the set looks great, and then there's also a little friend-style cub of Simba over on the far left.
You got Flounder and Mr. Krabs over on the right.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So that's about it.
I remember
Say
when
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
I remember when the contest ended, we talked about the original submission, and I remember that we all really were pretty pleased with the way the original looked and figured that they were not going to change it all that much. And it looks like they've stayed pretty true. They've downscaled the Mickey just a little bit. Like the original one, the
Yeah.
hands were using those new like big macaroni pieces for the fingers.
He is smaller.
So this is definitely a little bit smaller than that. The hat's a little bit smaller as well. But they've stayed pretty true to a lot of the other details.
But
So
changed
you've
the
got the
characters.
Pride Rock over there on the left, but they did actually add a little
Simba.
like a molded Simba to go with it. The original actually had like a brick built Flounder and Sebastian, so they've
They just
included
put that on the
they've
other
included
side,
the molded
yeah.
ones in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The original one had the Ariel minifigure as well, which
No
did she get
Ariel.
nixed from this one. Okay.
But I really like that they didn't use Pinocchio again and instead
Yeah,
made him sad.
Pinocchio they subbed out with Geppetto, which is great. 'cause
Geppetto,
was
that's
close.
it.
Oh,
I said
sorry.
Giuseppe.
I was.
We
you
both
said
said
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
I wasn't
I was
sure.
looking for the images when y'all were talking.
No,
I would have said
you're
something. We still got Belle and the Rose, but
Which
yeah,
is
like you said,
awesome.
no Beast. There had been like a carriage. I guess that's Cinderella's carriage.
but no,
That's
that got
not
nixed.
That got nixed. Little Palace of Agrabah. I think they took that out because they had
Yeah, we
already,
already have
just done
that,
that.
yeah.
Flying carpet, is that in there?
No,
anywhere?
because that's also Aladdin.
You got the
related.
So what's the
brooms.
thing on the right? Is that the house from Encanto? Is it the
Yes,
Encanto
yeah,
that's
house?
Encanto.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. And then Bruno. I love the brooms carrying the pails of water.
That is really cool.
That's awesome. Those are going to go really well with the. I got the Sorcerer Mickey
Yeah.
minifigure from that series, and he just had, I think, like a standard.
He just had
broom and a
he
mop.
had a broom and a
But
bucket.
now, how have they actually done
it's
that?
those weird newer skeleton arms just on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Newer skeleton?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
in
the
brown.
the skeleton arms just turned sideways.
Oh,
there,
okay. I'll have to take a closer look at that later.
Yeah, Mickey looks a little scary. Says Brick Mafia. Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that a little bit. A little weird.
So we've got what was it? 4 minifigs, and then a
Yeah.
a handful of
Finnick is like,
animals?
Geppetto!
But
yeah, the Geppetto's great.
yeah, I mean, I think the biggest one for people here is going to be getting Lilo.
Yes,
To go
Lilo
with-
is
to go
probably the
with
biggest
Stitch.
new character.
Belle is really exciting too. I just
Mhm.
again, you need a beast to go with Belle.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So for all of these other ones, they did complementary characters rather than doing redundant things. But
But
well,
now
I don't know.
she's-
Have we had a Belle minifig before,
No.
or only mini dolls?
No, just mini dolls.
Okay, so it is something new. So maybe they're still kind of putting off doing a beast until they have a new spot for a
Right.
mold for his head.
Yeah, it's an interesting selection of characters. It's
I'm
ones that we
happy
haven't
with them.
seen before.
Yeah, exactly. Which I'm really they could have easily thrown in.
Yeah, well, like I
duplicates.
said, BJ, they're doing complementary characters because you can get those other characters elsewhere already
Mhm.
from either the CMF series or another set.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
Yes, good stuff. So actually, not bad. A lot
Yeah.
of people are saying Uncanny Valley with the Mickey.
I mean, he doesn't
yeah,
look
just
that
a little
bad.
something about that eye print is a little unusual.
He's
But
not that bad. I don't care.
Mhm.
I don't care about the Mickey, honestly.
Jelly Joe says looks like a shrine. Yeah, don't tell the Disney fans. Yeah.
Oh, it's It's definitely a Disney shrine.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Disney fans would actually get this. I think. So I don't think it'll be
I think
a
it's,
bad
the
selling.
figs are awesome.
Yeah. For the characters that are in here, this is kind of a must-have for many Disney fans. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, that's all the picture news that I had. Was there anything else that we missed, or?
Nope.
Okay, we got a couple things to show and tell, of course, today.
Right.
You guys don't have anything big this week, right?
Nope.
Let's talk about these new.
Bless you.
Bless
Woo!
you.
I got
There's
that.
one,
That's
there's
big.
one.
Yeah, right.
There's two.
There's two.
Yeah.
I think
Wait,
I'm
wait,
gonna
wait,
stop.
wait.
No, I'm
Oh.
gonna stop. I'm gonna tap out after two.
Okay, you always do three, so now you're just not cool.
So can we talk about these cool
Yes.
Atlanta Brick Co. tumblers
These are so
here?
good.
So we got we finally have gotten into the merch game, as Ed's been saying for years.
Well, no, Ed just wants stickers.
Exactly. Ed just wants stickers and mugs.
No,
and
these
stuff.
are ones we've talked about for a while, but finally have gotten around to doing, which is these are tumblers. We're
Well, we
also
had to
gonna-
buy the right equipment to
right.
do it.
So you know you can't just make them off the street, but yeah, these are great.
They're very nice.
These are all the ones you see here are not this one. This one is being updated, but
Yes.
this is available online. That's available online
Mhm.
and in store. Very limited right now because they're the first few we've done, but there will be more designs and more quantity available soon.
And different sizes. There's going to
Correct.
be like a big tumbler size with a mug.
Yep.
There's going to be
Smaller.
like a smaller can size, and then we're also
And then
gonna
we're
do
also going to have mugs, and those
ceramic
are going to
mugs.
be. That's what I'm most excited about. These are really cool, and the prints on these look fantastic.
Mhm.
I'm excited for mugs though, because I'll drink coffee all day, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't use the tumbler style drinking cups
But a
that
lot of people
much.
do.
But
so
yeah, a lot of people do. And if you
Put your
like
coffee
really
in
cool
it.
You might
decorations,
as well get a ghost train on it.
And
Exactly.
I assume these are insulated, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
they're kind of not like a Yeti
Not-
one, but
yeah,
they're
but-
they're
oh,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Keep your drink hot or cold. I'm
so
sure.
keep an eye out for those.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a lot more, of course. So for sure. And that I just grabbed off the ceiling
this
because
is
it's
cool.
amazing. So. Yeah.
Yar.
All right.
And then finally, we have a bunch of cool posters. This is on the thumbnail.
That
Ben
is
Cossey
such
was
a
talking
cool
about
one.
it. This is my
So
favorite
cool.
one.
And they're not even that expensive.
20.
$20.
So are these
High
online?
quality.
They're not online.
Yeah, they're in-store exclusives.
But
so
if you contact us via email or
We
so,
could-
we
we
can
could get you
get
one.
you
info
Yeah,
at
we can get you hooked
atbrick.com. Ask about a poster. We can get you a really cool poster.
There's a whole
Um,
bunch of them. There's like a Yellow Castle one. There's a classic space one. There's some pirates.
Exactly.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Lots of great Lego themes. So these are pretty neat.
This reminds me of Halloween stuff too. I saw Ella and Randy were actually working on getting our
Case
Halloween
ready.
display case set up for the
Nice.
season. So
That'll be on social media soon.
that'll be good.
Speaking of seasons, we got a fantasy
Oh,
football
boy, yeah.
season started. Danny, you're not part of that yet,
Yeah.
right?
No, I don't
He
do-
doesn't.
I don't
He
do
doesn't do
fantasy.
football.
Hit me up for March Madness.
Me
That's right.
and Joe will be trying our best to win the trophy back from, where is it?
It's Big Kid Bricks.
It's in Big Kid
Yeah.
Bricks' headquarters because
He
they play with us.
He won.
Where is he? Illinois? Indiana?
One of
Indiana,
those
Indiana.
two,
I
yeah.
think it's Indiana.
So unfortunately, if he
terrible.
won last year, he's pretty good at fantasy. He's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
We have more players this year than last year because it's our store here and our Orlando store have a
Yes.
few
Did
people competing
Orlando
as well.
didn't have anybody last year.
No, because Joey was like,
We should
Football.
definitely be able to get it back.
I really don't.
It's just a numbers
Well,
game at this point.
Right. So Big Kid Bricks is most likely not going to have it, but we don't want Orlando to get it.
No.
So obviously, I want to win everything, but I'd rather one of us win out
Yeah.
of anybody.
I want to win everything. Quote Joe with.
That's right. I
Well,
want to win everything.
I will say I think the odds are still in our favor because
They are.
none of the Orlando people really know anything about fantasy, so we do
I mean,
have
I
an
don't
advantage.
know. I
but-
don't know. I don't know if they do or not. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Some
Anyway.
of them might not, but also like some of our people don't know.
Random luck is
Yeah.
a thing too.
We'll find out. With that many people, the draft was brutal. So you
Yes.
get like one good player and then a bunch of people you don't know who they
Yeah.
are.
It's going to be low scoring overall, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep you guys updated as that progresses throughout the football season.
That's
So,
right.
we are excited and hopeful that we'll get a trophy back. So, but I think that's about it.
Yeah. Ben Causey said fantasy football, no. Fantasy era castle, heck yeah.
Fantasy, yes. Football, no. Exactly.
That's fantasy American football to you, Ben.
Oh,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
None of this soccer
None
stuff.
of that fantasy football.
Or fantasy rugby.
Oh, good grief. But yeah, so that's, I think, all our news today. I think it's a nice, brief episode
Nice.
of the morning break today.
Join us tomorrow for Mock Talk.
That's the last
right.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Last
Come
thing
on,
on my
you
list.
guys.
Mock
Thank-
Talk episode 2.
Thank goodness.
Woo.
So yeah, Daniel, and this is kind of Daniel's little baby, his child.
That's
here.
my show.
Yeah.
Your little, yeah.
little
okay.
project. Anyway, so we have a bunch of great mocks picked out already. Geology Joe has some really nice stuff. Not only has we've shown his stuff before, but he's also got a mock in our exhibit area.
Correct.
But this is new
He's
stuff.
cleaning up in
There's
there.
additional stuff that's coming out. I'm really excited to show you guys. So that's at 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Who's your special guest?
Be there, be square. I think it's gonna be Steven because he
Nice.
hasn't
Yeah.
been on yet, and he actually might have some physical mocks to bring us too.
Ooh,
So
very cool.
we will see you guys then. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.